I don't know whether to be happy after having watched that video or getting sad after realizing how much weight I've gained for being an entrepreneur, how I grew older, I lost hair. Well, I'm here to tell you a story, and that is a story of how Endeavor literally changed Argentina. This story has 3 chapters, and I entitled the first chapter, "What the hell does Endeavor do?" And this is back in 1996, when I got a phone call from Peter Kellner, inviting me and my partner Santiago Bilinkis to attend a selection panel in Chile. And we said, what is that selection panel about? And he said, well, we're trying to choose the best entrepreneurs and try to support them and mentor them so they become successful. And honestly, although both Santi and I had graduated from a top business school, we hadn't heard the word entrepreneurship during our whole college years. Nor we knew how to structure a deal. In fact, we were entrepreneurs and we were equity-less in our own venture. We went to Santiago de Chile thinking we were going to have a great vacation. So we said, why not? Let's go there. And we experienced anything but a great vacation. We had a selection panel with amazing panelists that challenged us with very insightful questions. How far do you want to be? How far do you want to go? How big do you want to become? What's your exit strategy? How are you going to share your equity? Well, they thought we had equity. We didn't have any. But how are you going to share the theoretical equity with your team? And especially, what kind of values do you want to embody as you build your firm? So this was a life-changing event for us. And we came back to Argentina not being the same Santi and Andy we were before going to those apparent vacations. Chapter number 2 starts immediately after. And I entitled this chapter, How Endeavor Changed My Life and the Life of Many Others in Argentina. The first thing Linda asked me and Santiago after we came back is, what would be your wildest dream? And we said, well, meeting Tom Stenberg, the founder of Staples. And she said, okay, we'll see if we can make that happen. And 2 months later, we were at the Harvard Club in Boston having breakfast with Tom, who ended up being not only our buyer of our firm, but also a great supporter and mentor throughout the years. And he became an investor in my other ventures too. So that's just an illustration of how Endeavor could support each one of us achieve our wildest dreams. And my story is just one story. There are 75 selected entrepreneurs in Argentina that see Endeavor as their soulmate, as the mentor, as the emotional container, and as a real symbol of hope of how entrepreneurship can be possible. These 75 entrepreneurs represent more than 50,000 jobs. They create directly and indirectly more than 50,000 jobs, more than $1 billion in revenue, and 95% of the Endeavor selected entrepreneurs from Argentina are still alive. The third chapter has to do with giving back. And I would have never written this chapter had it not been for Endeavor teaching us the relevance of giving back in a country where that is not very common. We learned right at the beginning that giving back had not only to do with money, but it had also to do with mentoring others and help others become successful. When Endeavor Argentina was celebrating the 10th anniversary, I got a phone call from Eduardo Elstein, who was the founding chairman of Endeavor in Argentina. And he called me and told me, Andy, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, and I would like you to take over the chairmanship of Endeavor. When I started, this is what he told me. He said, when I started Endeavor with Linda and Peter in Argentina, I had this vision that we were going to be successful if we could, by the time of the 10th anniversary, find entrepreneurs that could take over and take Endeavor to the next level. Well, the first thing I did was try to check that he hadn't dialed the wrong number. Almost like Peter Sellers invited to the party, like saying maybe then he regrets it. So I said, are you sure? And he said, absolutely. I really want the entrepreneurs to take over because that's what Endeavor is about, is building an entrepreneurial ecosystem and have you guys now take over and pay it forward. And of course, I accepted it. But not only that, a lot of the Endeavor entrepreneurs, many of which were selected long ago, got really involved, and today half of the donations that support Endeavor in Argentina come from the Endeavor entrepreneurs in Argentina. And half of the board seats of the board of Endeavor in Argentina are held by Endeavor entrepreneurs. So I think this is the best sign of how Endeavor is trying to generate impact in a country that only 13 years ago didn't know what entrepreneurship was about, and now has the entrepreneurs giving back to society through Endeavor. I'd love to invite all of us to write the 4th chapter. And the 4th chapter, I'd love to title it, How Endeavor Can Really Go to Scale and Make a Difference in the Whole World. So I hope you can join all of us in that endeavor, and that we all take a protagonist perspective after this dinner. Thank you very much.